The entertainment world is still in shock, reeling from the sudden and heartbreaking loss of Yu Menglong, also known as Alan Yu, a man whose gentle presence and unforgettable performances left a mark on millions of fans across Asia and beyond. At just 37 years old, his passing feels not only tragic but unfair, leaving behind questions, speculation, and deep sorrow. For weeks, the silence surrounding his final moments created a storm of rumors, with theories spreading across social media, each one more sensational than the last. But now, breaking through the noise, his grieving mother has spoken publicly, confirming what really happened in his final hours, clarifying the circumstances of his death, and pleading with fans to allow her son's memory to rest with dignity. According to her emotional account, the night began as an ordinary gathering among friends. Yu Menglong was described as cheerful, relaxed, and in high spirits, spending time with people he trusted. They ate, laughed, and drank together, sharing a sense of warmth that comes from companionship. Yet, in that same night, fate took a cruel turn. After several drinks, Yu excused himself, locking the door of a bedroom where he said he simply wanted to rest. Friends, assuming he was safe, carried on their evening, never suspecting that those words would be some of his last. Later, when they prepared to leave, they realized something was wrong. Yu was no longer in the room, and when they searched for him, panic turned to horror. He had fallen, his body found outside the building in circumstances that sparked waves of doubt, fear, and endless speculation. His death was immediate and devastating, and the news spread like wildfire, shocking fans worldwide. In the days that followed, conspiracy theories exploded. Some wondered if there had been foul play. Others accused his friends of negligence, whispering about fights, betrayals, or hidden struggles. In the silence left by his family and management, the void was filled with wild rumors, each one more painful for those who loved him. But now, his mother has broken her silence, speaking directly to the public, her voice heavy with grief but steady with purpose. She explained that her son's death was an accident, the tragic result of alcohol and a fall. Authorities confirmed her account, stating that after thorough investigation, no signs of foul play were found. There was no criminal involvement, no hidden conspiracy. What ended Yu Menglong's life was a misstep, an accident compounded by intoxication. For a mother, the pain of saying these words is unimaginable, yet she spoke with courage because she could no longer watch as her son's name was dragged through rumor and falsehood. She pleaded with fans and media alike, stop spreading speculation, stop inventing stories, and let the truth stand. In her words, please let my son rest in peace. Please respect our family's pain. Her statement offers closure, yet for many, it also opens new wounds. The image of Yu Menglong's final night, cheerful, surrounded by friends, only for tragedy to strike so suddenly, feels almost unbearable. Fans continue to ask how such a fate could befall someone so full of life, someone who seemed to have everything ahead of him. And yet, perhaps the cruelest truth of life is that sometimes it takes only a single moment to change everything forever. The details of his fall remain haunting. Reports described a damaged window screen and injuries that pointed to a sudden and unintentional accident. Some questioned whether his friends could have done more, whether they should have checked on him sooner. Others questioned the safety of the space itself. Yet, at the heart of his mother's words lies a reality no one wants to face. It was no one's fault. It was simply a tragedy that robbed the world of a beloved star too soon. What makes this even harder is the tidal wave of rumors that filled the days after his passing. Some claimed he had enemies. Others suggested depression or foul play. Theories ran wild, fueled by fragments of information and the hunger of social media for shocking headlines. For his mother, who was already drowning in grief, these stories were not only hurtful but cruel. Imagine mourning your child while strangers argue online about the nature of his death, inventing falsehoods for clicks and curiosity. For her, speaking out was not just about defending the truth, it was about protecting her son's memory from being overshadowed by lies. Fans, upon hearing her statement, have been divided. Some have accepted her words with sadness, grateful that clarity has finally been given. They believe her truth is final, that the investigation is complete, and that it is time to grieve properly. Others, however, remain suspicious, unable or unwilling to accept that something so final could result from something as simple as an accident. The divide itself reflects how deeply Yu Menglong was loved. For many, losing him in such a way feels too sudden, too senseless. But perhaps that is the hardest truth to accept, that sometimes tragedy arrives without reason, without warning, without a villain to blame. To truly understand the weight of this loss, one must remember who Yu Menglong was beyond the headlines. He was not just a star on screen, but a gentle soul whose journey from singer to celebrated actor inspired countless people. Born in 1988, Yu began his career in music, charming audiences with his soft voice and delicate style. But it was through acting that he soared to fame, with breakout roles in dramas such as Go Princess Go and Eternal Love. His boyish looks and emotional performances made him a fan favorite, earning him a devoted following both in China and internationally. Off-screen, Yu was known for his quiet and humble personality. Unlike many celebrities who courted attention, he kept much of his private life shielded, valuing simplicity and peace. Fans often remarked that he seemed more like a thoughtful artist than a typical celebrity, someone who cared deeply about his craft and less about the spotlight. This gentleness, this quiet authenticity, is part of why his loss feels so personal to so many. For his fans, his death is not just the loss of an actor, but the loss of someone who felt like a friend, a companion through stories and songs that brought joy and comfort. And that is why his mother's plea is so powerful. She does not want his memory tied to rumors, scandals, or controversy. She wants the world to remember him for the light he brought, not the darkness of his final hours. What does it mean, then, to honor his memory? Perhaps it means revisiting his dramas, cherishing the characters he brought to life, and hearing once more the voice that carried so much emotion. Perhaps it means acknowledging his humanity, that he was not only a star but a son, a man with flaws, with laughter, with dreams, and with vulnerabilities. For his mother, her son was not just Yu Menglong, the actor. He was her child, the boy she raised, the young man she supported as he pursued music and acting, the person whose smile filled her home with warmth. In her eyes, he will always be more than the roles he played. He will always be her son, and the grief of losing him is something no parent should ever endure. And so, as her words echo across the internet, they remind us of the cost of rumors and the weight of speculation. Behind every headline is a family. Behind every celebrity is a human being whose life cannot be reduced to gossip. Her request is simple yet profound. Let her son rest, let his legacy shine, and let the family mourn in peace. As time moves forward, Yu Menglong's story will remain both heartbreaking and inspiring. His death, though tragic, serves as a reminder of the fragility of life, the dangers of speculation, and the importance of compassion. His life, filled with art, music, and unforgettable performances, will continue to inspire those who loved him. Fans may grieve, but they also carry the responsibility to protect his memory, to ensure that his name is spoken with love and respect. Perhaps that is the best tribute we can give, to remember Yu not for the way he died, but for the way he lived, the joy he gave, and the legacy he left behind. Because even in the face of tragedy, his light remains. His mother's words close the chapter of speculation, but they also open a door to healing, reminding us all that sometimes the most powerful way to honor someone we've lost is simply to let them rest. This is the story of Yu Menglong's final hours, told not by rumors or speculation, but by the voice of the person who knew him best, his mother. It is painful, it is heartbreaking, but it is the truth. And now, it is up to all of us, his fans, his admirers, and the public, to honor that truth and let him be remembered for the life he lived, not the accident that took him away.